Whew, what a beautiful sunny day here in Switzerland. And on any other day, I'll be right here on this football court with my ball, training hard. But with injury right now, I can't. So I've decided that today, put this down. I've decided that today we're going to be talking about football. We're going to be looking at football, watching football, because we desperately need more football content on the 100-day challenge, and I'm going to bring it to you. So let's get right into it. Hey, what's up guys? It's day 58 of the 100-day challenge. Yesterday, I was super inspired by the Olympics comeback. Today, I'm gonna go and give more value. Today is about what separates me from a high level, yes, top level Premier League. Everyone wants to play in this league. Now, I'm an experienced player. I've been playing for years. So what separates me from a higher level? Today, we're gonna get right into it on day 58 of the 100-day challenge. Let's go. So my name is Nick Humphries, and if you're new to the challenge, I'm doing a 100-day challenge to become a pro footballer. And today's day 58. I've been training hard, I've been working hard. Currently, I'm a little bit injured, so we're gonna do a little bit of video analysis. But in my career, I've been fortunate enough to work with Premier League players, guys like Rio Ferdinand, Manchester United legend. With Train Effective, we've filmed players like Calvin Bassey. And many of the coaches at Train Effective, you see, they've played against Premier League teams. They've played professional football, football league, English league, played for their national teams, played with top players. Or they're at Premier League academies. So all the stuff I'm showing here is advice, insights that they've shared, and I'm just curating for you guys, delivering on your plate. Yum. Now, the highest level I've ever played consistently is at amateur, semi-professional level. And my goal of this challenge is to play at a high level as possible. Let's use the Premier League. I'm a Chelsea fan, as you can see, and I've watched many Premier League matches. I love the Premier League. So what separates me as a player from the Premier League? I'm gonna use some criteria now that the coach has given me, and I'm gonna use it to evaluate my own performance. And this is really helpful for you guys, because if you're watching, you can use it and evaluate it and apply it to your own game and get better. Now, to evaluate yourself, you have the 4 pillars, okay? The 4 pillars are used by Train Effective for the app, the evaluation reports and scouting for the camps at Train Effective. And this is very common with the FA's 4-pillar model and in many coaching systems all around the world. And the 4 pillars are technique, physique, mentality, and tactics. Let's dive into technique. Technique, ball mastery, it's all about, can you manipulate the ball the way you want to, exactly the way you want. For me, I've always been decent at technique. I'd consider myself this day and age to have that pro level technique, meaning I can pretty much do everything I want to with the ball, whether it's with my left foot, my right foot, whether it's my head, my shoulder, my chest, yeah, my knees. Can I do a step over? Can I execute it with speed? Can I pass the ball? Can I give a long pass? Basically, all the technical elements that you want to put down, I can do all of them. Every professional player that you see has good technique. But what about the Premier League level? It's probably, I'd say probably like 15 to 20%. It's really at this point sharpening it. It's about being more consistent and reducing mistakes. If I do 100 one-touch passes in a match, I might make, let's say, 10 mistakes. In the Premier League, one-touch pass, maybe you make 3 to 5 mistakes, sometimes 0. If I cross the ball, I might successfully hit my target 7 or 8 times out of 10. In the Premier League though, that might be 8, 9, or 10 out of 10 times. So it's just a little bit of that sharpness. And it's really about the video that we talked about before, the 1,000 reps rule, but probably not doing 1,000 reps, but 10,000 reps, more reps, more reps, more reps. Always working on the basics and the fundamentals, just because they need to be pretty much perfect. Whatever my body could physically be capable of, I'll be that Kobe Bryant in the gym at 4 AM, so I can get that 20% extra on my technique. I also need to be executing the technique faster, and this is where we get into the second part, the physique. So on the physical side, you have attributes you want to evaluate yourself on. So these are things like your aerobic endurance, anaerobic endurance, balance, functional strength, acceleration, sprint speed, running mechanics, and your build. All those attributes I mentioned, pretty decent. I would consider myself pretty much above average for those kind of things. What separates me? This is what the video is all about, right? What really separates me? It's just like we're talking about with the technique. It's not just about doing the technique, it's about how quickly you execute that technique. And so this is about the physical speed of play. Now this would be the biggest challenge. Could I cope with the physical speed of play in the Premier League, knowing that it is probably the fastest speed of play in the world? So when you're doing a one-touch pass, it can't just be a normal speed one-touch pass that you do in an amateur match. It has to be at a Premier League pace. Are you doing a one-touch pass at Premier League pace? Are you doing a header at Premier League pace? Are you beating your man one-on-one at a Premier League pace? So you can have good technique, but in the physical side, can you execute all these different technical moves at speed? Pace, 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 pace. So what I need to do is train at a sharpness and intensity that gets that extra 20% out of me. I need to be training with players that are playing just that much higher pace. I'll be training with a coach who can demand just a little bit more of that intensity. Individually, you can practice your technique, your physique up to a good level, but for that Premier League standard, for that top standard, a coach, a mentor, someone with you is gonna get you just that 10, 15, 20% extra, and that is what you really need to be able to compete at the highest levels. Think about if you're doing a 1 kilometer test by yourself, even if you're super motivated, you just push faster when there's a coach, someone egging you on, someone that has been training you, someone who can just adjust your technique that 2% to give you a 2% better time. The big one too is the physical speed of play with scanning. In a 10-second space, a player like Phil Foden, any other top midfielder might scan, let's say, 20 times in a 10-second space. At an amateur level, maybe you're scanning 5 times or no times. So for me, I would need to double my rate of scanning and therefore increase my awareness on the field and that speed of play again. And this is where I come into the next part, which is a tactical part, because everything that happens with your feet, it all happens with your head. I think as we get into this next pillar, mentally, I'm pretty strong. That's not to be egotistical or anything. Like, I had a lot of experiences in my life where I just built that fortitude, mental fortitude. There's 2 things I probably need to improve or just learn on the mental side. Number 1 is playing in front of tens of thousands of fans that might hate you. Now, I think I thrive on that. I'd love to play in tens of thousands of fans that hate you. What I'd love to test myself at that level is how quickly can I bounce back from a mistake, okay? If I miss a shot, miss an easy goal, miss a couple of passes, and you got tens of thousands of fans booing you, are you gonna be able to recover quickly, forget about it, set it and forget it? That is such a big difference in that Premier League. You know, you're not just playing football with your friends and your mates. You're playing for your livelihood. Fans across the world that are paying their good, hard-earned money for that Arsenal kit, for that Chelsea kit, for the seat in the stadium. I think I could cope with it, but I gotta test myself on that. Second is when Rio Ferdinand had a course on Train Effective, he talked about how he went from Leeds United to Manchester United, okay? He was the most expensive defender transfer of all time. He came to Manchester United. On his first training session, they were doing a game. Instead of playing a risky pass down the middle of the field, he was a centre back, okay? He just played an easy pass off to the side or something. And then one of the players pulled him up and said, hey, you're at Manchester United, Rio. You got to play risky passes. You can't just play timid. And I think that's what I need to come up on, okay? Right now, if I analyze myself, if I view myself playing, I think, especially this season in the Sunday League level, a few times still where, okay, I'm taking risks. I'm doing things that might have a 10, 20% chance of working. But I could be doing more risks, more taking on players. I would get there, but I would need a bit of time to get there. Maybe a couple of days. If you want some more words to define your mental side of the game, it can be determination, okay? How good's your determination? Your confidence, your will, your drive, your motivation, your humbleness, your understanding. And are you a team player or not? And then lastly, we're at the tactical side, okay? I consider myself on the tactical and decision-making side a B, okay? I'm not an A, I'm a B. I think I need to fine tune the remaining 10-15% of the tactical game. How would I do that? Well, video analysis is a big one. When Jesse Lingard had this amazing half season at West Ham, he worked really closely with the video analyst, and the video analyst would give him notes and clips to watch before a game of the opposition. For example, the opposition may be playing a high line, so Jesse Lingard was told, okay, when they're playing a high line, you can't as easily turn. You're just gonna get knocked as soon as you get the ball. And that's what happened to him in a game. I can work more on having a more advanced understanding of situations on the field and how I can exploit them to create chances, score goals, to defend, whatever. Just have more advanced understanding of specific situations. So yeah, guys, to conclude, speed of play, both physical and mental, the stronger mentality, the better 15 to 20%, that physical conditioning, make a really big difference. And look, this is my own evaluation. The key here is all about self-evaluation. Just remember, you as a player, you don't need to be good at everything. When you got everything to a 5 out of 10, all the different abilities on the field, then you need your standout skills, okay? Like if you're a striker, then you gotta aim for having that 10 out of 10 shot power, shot accuracy, right? You're a striker. If you're a winger, you want to be 10 out of 10 in beating players one-on-one and crossing the ball. Comment below with an analysis of your own game, okay? Use the 4 pillars, put it in the comments. Best comment wins a Train Effective premium subscription. And that was today's video, day 58. Let me know if I should do more of these. I wanted to do something a bit new today, just as I'm a little bit injured. And go to traineffective.com/100 if you want the daily workouts that complement every single day of this 100-day challenge. See you for tomorrow's video. Peace.